I'm a doggy. Woof woof.
Today we got Euphoria Season 3 is a mess. I'm not gonna lie, with the way it started off with this episode, I don't know. You know how you watching something, you like half sleep to the point where it's kind of watching you? That's how it was last night. And it just, not that Euphoria ever felt like a great show, or like that it was like, I could see it winning some awards, something. It's just not really hitting no more. Maybe it's cause like during that time period when it first released, Season 1 and Season 2, it was relatable, it felt aesthetically pleasing, I guess. It felt like it had something going on, like it was a build up to something, you know? But with the way that this episode started off, with the way that this season is starting off, I don't know, it just feels very underwhelming. And for them to keep Fez's character alive, I don't know if that was right or wrong as far as Inga's Cloud, RIP. Without further ado, we're gonna get into this reaction. Shout out to Spill Sus, she's the one that made this video. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. To be honest, I think this might be the last season, y'all.
Looking up and the stars align. SSG, I'm in my prime. Hey, wanna join the gang, but you ain't got ties. Pulling right up, right where you reside.
What was that first episode of season 3? We need to talk about the plot, what was shown in this episode, the labyrinth of it all, everything. Hey guys, it's Christy. I just watched the third season, first episode of Euphoria. Post coming back from Coachella, I knew it came on Sunday. I wanted to watch it and well, I saw it. I watched it. I have a lot of thoughts about it. It definitely wasn't what I felt about the other two seasons. Obviously, this one, we were going into it knowing that there was a time jump. We knew that Nate and Cassie were going to be together. We knew that Rue was going to be somehow trying to pay Lori back. And you could definitely feel Labyrinth's presence missing from the soundtrack. So prior to this third...
and aesthetically and visually, it feels different, don't it? Like, it just don't feel like Season 1 and Season 2.
Season coming out. On Saturday, Labyrinth was set to perform at Coachella, and that morning he actually talked about removing his music from this third season. Before this, we did know that there was some beef because he had previously posted F his label, double F Euphoria, and I was like, ooh, that's not a good sign. And he had been talking
too. People say like the director was like a little bit of like a weirdo.
A lot about people in the industry and just not being respected the way that he wanted, and people kind of getting an ego and not liking that. And so I don't really know exactly what went down, but he got his music removed from Euphoria. And man, could you tell that his music was not there. It felt like it was a different show. And I feel like that's kind of how you have to view this third season, as a completely separate thing from the other two. Like, they're not in high school anymore and you can feel it. And I don't know if I just need to go back and rewatch the first two seasons.
Definitely not
and maybe
high school no more. What's the girl name? I can't think of it. Sydney Sweeney. I mean, not to say that her character wasn't moving crazy in the first two seasons, but yeah.
I'll also think the same thing, but you know when you haven't seen something in a while and when you watch something when you were a little bit younger, it looks so much less cringy. I don't even know if that's the right word, but when I was watching the third season, you guys, I was like, what is this? There were so many moments that were cringy and weird and uncomfortable and unnecessary, and it really just makes me feel like all those unnecessary scenes in The Idol that were overly sexualized for no reason other than people were saying Sam Levinson wanted those things in there. And I feel like anytime I'm seeing something that is just sexual for no reason in this show, I'm like, that's probably Sam, and it makes me so uncomfortable. Like,
I won't be surprised if the guy Sam who directs Euphoria, he ended up having like a documentary maybe 3 years in the future from now on some like the guy from Nickelodeon that got exposed, like on that type timing. I could see that. I could see that.
Why was Sydney Sweeney drinking water out of a dog food bowl? Why was she dressed like a dog? Why was this, written for her to want to be an OnlyFans girl in order to
and it's pay? Like I'm assuming from what I watched, her character just started OnlyFans. It's like, bro, damn, you went straight to the deep end. Like, animal play is crazy.
For $50,000 worth of florals at her wedding to Nate. Why didn't we even see that the two of them even ended up together? It was just like Rue narrating and bam, they're together, and there's also a ring on her finger, and she's planning the wedding. It's like, how did we even get to this place where her and Nate are still together and they're getting married? Like, I just feel like we lost the plot like times 10 here, and we didn't even play catch up in any way. The show just starts and Rue is like on a mission. She's a mule for Lori. She's trying to pay her back $100,000 she owes her. So she's literally like swallowing these drugs to try and get them from Mexico back to the States to make money for Lori to pay her back. And it is so messy. And also the way that she's like trying to swallow these balloons filled with these substances is so gross. There's saliva everywhere and they're like gagging themselves, and I just feel like it's supposed to be something that it's not. Like, I was just looking at it and I was like, honestly, I feel like Sam Levinson was like, this looks so sexual.
Her friend, she was like, look, if you watch it, don't eat while you watch the first 10 seconds.
So gross. Unnecessary. Like, that didn't need to be in there. And there was also just a lot of unnecessary nudity. And I'm not a prude, you guys, but this is stuff that everyone has been saying about this show that just feels like he throws in a little nip here and there for no reason, just because it's his show and he can do that. And that's what he wants to see, probably. But also, like, the dialogue, I don't know. It felt cringy. And people are coming for Sydney Sweeney because at one point in the show,
not for nothing though, the first season and second season dialogue and certain like interactions felt cringy too, but I think it was more so the time period, at least for me, in which the show came out, it felt relatable as far as like, and not like I was doing nothing crazy like that, because I ain't never like was on some roof shit, but like it was kids that was like, I guess like that. It's just like it fitted the tone during that time period, even though it still was cringy, but now it's just, I don't know, it just feels at a weird place at the show.
Talks about her wedding and the fact that she wants to spend $50,000 on these floral arrangements, and she tells Nate that she doesn't want a ghetto wedding, and everyone is like, whoa, wait, why did we say that? Why was that said? I just feel like there were so many things that were just very different about this show. Also, I don't know why, I just thought like they were from the Midwest this whole time, and now everyone is in LA, and it's giving very LA. Like, Rue is an Uber driver dropping somebody off on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and Lexi is working on the Warner Brothers lot. Maddie is a manager to an influencer slash actor, and she's going to red carpet premieres on the Warner Brothers lot. I'm like, what is happening? Where did we go with this show? And also, where is it headed? Like, I am just wondering where this season is going to end. What is going to happen at the end there? Because it sounds like it's the third and final season.
Is this the last season?
I think so.
I never want to ask questions like that because it's not my business, and yet, is this to be enjoyed?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, that's, I almost like need to know the mind frame.
Closure is coming.
And women love closure.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Zendaya said this week that she believes it is the final season of Euphoria. What do you say?
I will say I've written every season of Euphoria like it's the last season. I go, if this is it, then I'm happy to walk away. I think I'll figure that out once I finish episodes 7 and 8. I'm still cutting, so I mean it. If this is our last season, I'm happy, and I just sort of go from there.
Is it true? Is season 3? Is this it? Is this the end? Is this really the end, Sam?
I mean, I write every season like it's the last season. I go, if they never let me do this again, you know, am I happy with it? And so that's how I sort of approach it. I just go, you know, if this is it, I'm happy. You know.
So it's not it then?
No, I have no idea. To be honest, I've just been finishing episodes 7 and 8, and I've been cutting. So, you know, we'll see what HBO, wants, what I feel like I can do, you know, deliver. I don't know. You know, it's. I want to go hang out with my family. I want to spend time. I've got a 4-year-old and 9-year-old. I got a whole bunch of books to read. I'm excited to do nothing.
Showing body parts in this show so much
for a little bit.
Just don't make us wait 4 years, okay?
You know what? Maybe that's why he's still editing and clipping. He watching something. Yeah, that's what he doing. Cause bro, ain't no way it's been 3-4 years and you still ain't got the episodes together as far as editing.
I can't promise you that.
And I feel like they're all ready to wrap it up too, because the premiere was very telling. Like, they barely interacted with each other as a cast as a whole. Some of the girls took pictures together, but Zendaya literally came, took her solo pic, said hi, and went inside and watched the screening. I will say there was this rumor going around that she came, took her photo, and left. She was only there for 10 minutes, but there were videos of her inside of the screening. So whoever said she came and left, you guys are trying to lie on Zendaya's name. She did seem to have gone inside and stayed, but it was really awkward when she went to go say hi, and then Sydney Sweeney was right there, and they did not interact.
Get together real quick, everybody, get together real quick. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And it was kind of feeding into the rumors that Zendaya doesn't want to associate with Sydney Sweeney. That's why she's not really promoting Euphoria like she has in the past. I mean, she just went on this giant press tour for the movie The Drama, which crazy movie, by the way. I did not know that that movie was going to be taking a turn like that. I thought it was going to be a little bit more romantic than it was. Let me know if you guys watched that movie and what your thoughts were.
I want to see
but
the Odyssey
she just
too.
promoted that movie so much, and then we got like nothing for Euphoria. She is done, you could tell. And honestly, I think they all kind of are. And in watching this last episode, I was like, I wouldn't want to promote it either.
I do want to add that at the very beginning of this clip, I do think that Zendaya does acknowledge Sydney, and they kind of have a smile. She acknowledges Maude Apatow, but she's really honed in on Hunter Schafer. But I do feel like they slightly did interact. She didn't completely ignore her, but of course,
they, like,
everyone
crossed
is
eyes,
really
but they
focused
definitely
on
see eyes with
that
each other.
awkward part of the whole interaction here. Like, I think right
I don't
here,
know.
she
This
is saying,
seems like more of like what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm sorry, I don't know why my I feel like my brain's moving delayed today. What is the word? What's that new terminology people say? It's gonna come to me, man.
saying hi to them very briefly, and then Sydney is smiling because she just said hi, but that was the extent of the interaction.
Now, for
That's the word I was looking for. It just seems very parasocial. Like, who cares, bro? If they interacted, they did. If they didn't, they didn't. Like, I'm pretty sure they probably didn't.
anybody that watched the other two seasons and didn't plan on watching season 3, I'll tell you guys where they kind of left off with Fezco's character, because everybody was wondering after the passing of Angus Cloud how they were going to handle what happened with his character. And in the show, they're saying that he is in prison for 30 years. And there's a scene where Rue is telling Lexi that she should call Fez because he says he misses her. And she seems to be avoidant of calling him. Whereas
But I wonder how they're going to do it, because, like, that's one of them things where there's probably going to be a build-up to eventually when she does call him. Because if you're going to keep him alive, it's like, all right, you're going to have to at least have some type of, you know? So maybe they'll use, like, voice memos or, like, past recorded, like, voice lines that Angus did, and then implement that like she's on a phone call with him from prison. I don't know. That's the only way I can see them doing it.
It seems like Rue talks to him quite often. And at the beginning of the episode, they also had a special dedication to Eric Dane. He will be seen in the season in later episodes. And I also heard that Trisha Paytas's episode is going to be episode 5. I know people were curious as to when she would appear in the show and in what capacity. I really don't know for sure. I still can't believe she's in the show, but stating that we're going in this LA route, I guess it makes more sense. But this is just such a crazy turn of events, and I want to know what you guys think about this season. If you watched the first episode of season 3, what are your thoughts? Did you think it was cringy or weird at all? I mean, I just feel like it's not Euphoria anymore, especially with the soundtrack. Was it throwing you off like it was for me? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much.
Yeah, all in all, man, it just, I don't know. Like I said, Euphoria was never one of them shows that like stood out as far as like acting or like lines. Like, yo, like I could see somebody winning an award off of this. It was just kind of like relatable to that era, to that time period, and just like drama. But even the drama itself never really like captivated somewhere to the point where it's like over the top or like something, you know. So hey, I mean, look, it is what it is, and I don't know. Like I said, I think this will definitely be the last season though, and Zendaya already kind of confirmed it, quote unquote, kind of. At least she thinks it is, but either way, she looked like she's done with the show anyway. So it'll be the last season as far as I'm concerned.